Cold Meister. Buzz on, Cold Maestro. Colder than me. Buzz on that thing, man. If you in an area where you can, you know what I'm saying? If you're in an area where you can, man, buzz in on me one time. What's happening with y'all? Hey, there you go.
There he is. How I do this stuff?
Oh, you got it. You already got it, man.
Oh, there you go. What's happening?
Booski, what's going on with my real phone? What's happening, man? Hey, here go the author, man. This is the man that is responsible for many of accomplishments and accolades and things of this nature, and responsible for getting my big face on this motherfucking cam too. You know what I'm saying? You know, he pushed the button and said, man, you need to go ahead and just do it. Stop bullshitting and go and put your big face on there. And you know, after a couple of classes, he got me put my big face on here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
man, huh?
Hey, that's all you, man. You know what I mean? It was time for you to go ahead and share the game that you've been giving me and a lot of us, you know what I mean, that you give it to us on a one-on-one to the world, man. So, you know, I just encourage what you already be doing, you know?
Say that, man. But you use a firm and a great example too as well, you know what I mean? Because you've been out here, man, scouring the earth. You know what I'm saying? On the baby Jesus note with your message. You know what I mean? He's been spitting service all around the land. You know what I mean? So, man, how you doing? First and foremost, man, how you doing, man? The author of an established book and career, man, and social speaker. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, hey, if I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, right? I'll be on here lying and tell you everything was peaches and cream and everything is, you know, smooth sailing.
Right.
However, though, you know what I mean? I'm doing well. I'm doing well enough not to, as I'm, you know, got some things going on in my life, well enough not to go back and do the stupid shit I used to do. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's better than most. It's better, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
yeah.
I'm catching the fade with myself every day. Okay,
that's right. That's right.
Go ahead and put that light on, huh?
Hey, they don't understand. That's how you win. You got to catch the fade with yourself, man, in order to face the world, man, and to be able to catch the fade with the world. You got to catch that fade with yourself. Wake your game up. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Hell yeah, you got to wake your game up, man. You can't run from it. And we didn't run from it in the streets. We didn't run, you know what I mean? There's not too many fades, you know, someone done turned down. So if you quick to, and that's what I've been telling myself, I'm like, look, if I was quick to catch a fade here and I catch a fade there, you know what I mean? What I look like running from my fade now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, pretty much in a full summary, if you die for something, live for something too. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ready to die for something and not willing to live for something at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Exchange that death for life. You know? And
yeah. I like that, exchange death for life. Yeah, tell us what you mean. I'm gonna ask. We're gonna go deep for a hot second. You know what I mean? What you mean?
I mean that if we'll always put it on the line for some bullshit, put it on the line for some real shit. You know what I mean? There's family counting on you. You got loved ones in the background that's counting on you. Even though, you know, we have loved ones on the front line that we was doing the bullshit for and everything, willing to risk it all, you know, for death, really, for death or jail, which is, you know, a life sentence equates to death too at times. You know what I mean? Even though you know, niggas would rather do life than die. At the same time, it's still life for life right there. You know what I'm saying? So why not risk it all for achievements, accomplishments, and goals that will get you further and help you along with your family out or everybody else that's around you. You know what I'm saying? And even if they're not around, you can reach out, see, and look on the gram or wherever you present this or display this to take notes from that, and be able to utilize that in their life to say, damn, I know he was knee deep in it or neck deep in this shit, and that nigga was able to excavate his bullshit ass situation, get out the mud and get to somewhere that was on the mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? And if not the mountaintop, somewhere close to it, you know, under the shade tree. You know what I mean?
Right. Hello.
So that's what I mean by, you know, exchanging death for life. You know what I mean? Stop being able to risk it hastily on some bullshit and not risk it on some real life shit. You know what I mean? Niggas is ready to go risk death, but they too scared to open up a business. They too scared to write a fucking book. They too scared to do some other things that's gonna help and accomplish and establish their life for the long run. Because a lot of the shit that individuals was doing and what we come from, you know, it doesn't equate to anything on the real playing field of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it really doesn't, Howard. There's and you know, like I know, there's so many transferable values in that, though. You get what I'm saying? From that bullshit to the real shit. You know what I mean? Transferable skills. You know, if a nigga that's so dope, you might be able to sell something in this real shit. You know what I mean? You done lick the nigga. That means you're a hell of a heister, right? That means you know how to map out shit. You might be a blueprint maker in a construction.
Architect. You might be an architect.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to be able to understand, right, and dissect and really take apart what it is that we used to do. You know what I mean? And see where we can fit it into the puzzle of life. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't want people to think that I'm shunning the streets or shunning that life because a motherfucker has evolved. And excuse me when I say motherfucker, we gonna be cussing, we gonna be doing everything. So if you can handle it, be grown and handle it. If not, then you know, another station may be for you. Yeah. at the same time, you know, I'm not shunning none of that stuff off like a motherfucker is better than that. You know what I mean? Or that's something that I haven't contributed to or participated in. You know what I mean? Like what you're doing is bad. That's not what I'm deeming that at all. What I'm deeming that is use it as a stepping stone if you are going to be in it, if you are going to participate in it, because there's growth, you know, on the other side of the fence. There's growth in that, and you can transfer that to something else to make it successful for yourself. You know what I mean? So don't stagnate yourself or give your life a mental constraint, staying in that field and not evolving. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you my evolved growth and the people that I deal with on a daily, that I've dealt with from the past, and that are here evolving with me today. This is what I'm trying to show too. You know what I mean? In a sense, but we gonna go around. Excuse me. However, we gonna go around and touch on all different sorts of bases that has to deal with just life in general, not just the gang, not just the game. You know, everything in general in a whole. Yet I'm just showing them people that are dear to me, that came from the same fucking trenches that I came from, to the successful transition that they are and have become today. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's really where I want to where the shine is, what I want to focus on, what I want to project to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a question for you. Why is it so important to you? Right? Like, why now, today, at the age you at today, 2022, is it so important for you to start sharing what you've already been sharing behind closed doors to the world? That's I got, you know.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I said, why is it today, right now, over the last, is you ready to present it to the world? Why you want to share everybody that's watching right now, and even to the world, the game that you got and the game that got you? Like, what's your reason?
Now, my reason is because I got a lot of loved ones. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for individuals, you know, because I believe I know the true meaning of what love is, because I was ready to put it all on the line. I have put it all on the line, put my life in front of somebody else's life to save their life. You know what I'm saying? So I've always woken up and thought about the individual next to me before I thought about myself. You know what I mean? I always was the one that tried to make sure someone else made it home before myself. You know, and I have a lot of loved ones that still caught in the trap. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think it's more of a wake-up call for me to help other people see, you know, the light, see something different from what we were shown. Because I know the manuscript that I received was dumbed down and fucked up, and I ran with that manuscript. You know what I mean? And I know it was a purposeful design that I got that fucked up manuscript. You know what I'm saying? And now I realize that to this day, and I realized that before this day. Yet I just, you know, I'm uncomfortable with the camera. You know, I always fade the background. I was always on the front line, but I fade the background when it comes to this camera shit, put my face on shit. You know what I mean? When I, you know how motherfuckers mind was, you know, nigga, no face, no case. You know what I mean? It ain't no, you know what I mean? It's no way, you know, you can tie me to this, tie me to that. You couldn't put a face on it, you know, when it came to me. Change my name over here. You don't know if that's who that is. All kind of things, because, you know, after moving on the front line for so long, I understood that, you know, real gangsters, by looking for real and paying attention and acquiring the knowledge, real gangsters move in silence, homie. So this is why now is to bring it to the forefront, because I see a lot of killings going on. I see a lot of young homies doing dummy shit, not understanding why they're getting themselves caught up and things like that. So I want to spew on them and splash a little something different, you know, for them. And, you know, if I contribute to the bullshit, I think I need a contribution. I need to make a contribution to unhinge the bullshit that I've locked into as well. You know what I mean? So you know, that's just the couple things on reason why I'm trying to do this shit right now, or putting it together. Not trying because we too old to try, but the reason why I'm doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I just, you know, I know, because we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
however, I had to ask that for those that are listening right now, that's zooming in, you know, tapping into your station, your channel. I'm like, let me go ahead and get, you know what I mean, my partner to share it with everybody. Because
I appreciate it.
For those who are watching, I don't know if y'all know, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a little quick backdrop. Probably like 7, 8, 9 years ago. I don't know, probably like 8, 9, 10 years ago. You know, for those who don't know, I've been sober now for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And where I got it was from my man, you know what I mean, Silky P himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was years ago when we used to hit the clubs and we used to out doing what we was doing. Was one of the first homies I ever seen stop doing it. You know what I mean? And he was my drinking partner. I knew if I had a bottle, I'm calling the home. Where you at? You know what I mean? We got something to chop up. Let's do what we do. You know, and to see you do it and stop cold turkey and be disciplined in it for the time you needed to do it in, you know what I mean? It's always had inspired me and gave me the proof of concept, like it could be done. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate it. I wanted to make sure that everybody else that's on here understood where I was able to gather my strength, even though I have my own story and I understood that it was time. However, when times get dark, I knew I could always pull back the memory Rolodex. Oh, the homie did it. You know what I'm saying? He did it when we were pretty young and active and in whatever we was in at the moment, you know? So I want to say I appreciate you, Brody, for showing the way in a lot of different areas, right? In a lot of different areas. So I don't know, you know, the saying goes, what, get a roses while you alive, right? Give you a flower while you alive. So, man, I'm going to give them to you, right? Business is a solution. I didn't know what an eye wallet was until I seen you pop out with an eye wallet. You know what I'm saying? Put the fingerprint on something, man, and put your money in it. You know what I'm saying? So it was real. It was real. Going to Paris or wherever you Paris, right?
Yeah, Italy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He was all of that Italy, you know what I mean?
And Italy, man. Yeah, definitely.
And so, you know, iron always sharpens the iron, man. So I appreciate you, and I just had to. I got to let those who don't know, who are not behind the curtain, you know what I mean, where some of this comes from for me, right? And I always tell everybody, you know, I'm just all the homies put in the one. You know what I mean? I'm myself. However, you can take bits and pieces, get the game from here, get the game from here, and then how do you mold it into your own pieces?
Right. Definitely. I appreciate that, man. And likewise, man, I look at you in the same light because, like you said, iron sharpens iron, man. We do the same thing. You know, I look at it as one hand wash the other. You know what I'm saying? They both can't get clean. You know what I'm saying? We both can't be right unless we wash each other. You know what I'm saying? What they say, wipe me down, wipe each other down with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate that. Yet let me flip it on you, man. What sparked the want or the need for you? Where do you see it necessary for you to make the changes that you've made, because you've made solidified and amazing, outstanding, admirable moves? You know what I'm saying? With your situation.
Right, I appreciate that. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired, bro. You get what I'm saying? I was tired of waking up, liver hurting, you know what I mean? Pockets drained from the night before, drinking and drugging, you know what I mean? And I knew deep down in my soul of souls, there was something better for your boy, right? However, I never really believed in myself wholeheartedly. I believed in myself in certain areas, but to be a square and believe in my actual greatness, you know what I mean? I was able to go ahead and hide that with the drugs and the alcohol and use that as an excuse on why I'm not where I'm at. Use the reason why I went to prison, why I don't have what it is that I want. And it was one day, it was 4 years ago, August 13th is when it really kind of hit me. You know what I mean? I had already stopped drinking and I was backsliding every once in a while. And it was the homie birthday. It was the homie back birthday. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in my car, I'm Ubering at this time. It's like 4 years ago, so 18. I'm Ubering, nigga. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting on somebody to come out, bro. Like, I already accepted a ride. I'm waiting on him. And then I realized, I'm like, today's the homie birthday. So what I do? I hit decline, nigga. Have you ever been on an Uber? Have you ever been on an Uber and declined it, nigga? It got declined while you was waiting? Yeah,
nah, I can't say I have, but that is funny as a motherfucker. Hey, that homie better be happy about that. He just turned down some mungie for you, man.
Hey, straight turned down the money. But the cold part, look, this is the cold part. After I declined the bread and hit him up, like, where you at, bro? It's your B-Day. It's like Saturday, like 2 o'clock, right? And this nigga, like, I'm at the beach with White. I'm at the beach with my peoples. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go get him cracking before you. Don't worry, I'll be there. A couple homies.
We gonna pregame for your B-Day, huh? I'm gonna do
that for you, bro. Don't even worry about it, right? And mind you, I've been sober for probably like a month and a half at that time. You know what I'm saying? Right. Since like, and then so I'm like, okay, I can have another drink. I'll be all right. Bro, I go down here, I hang out with a couple of the homies. Next thing I know, it goes from 2 to 10. I'm on the block, nigga, drinking, right? You know, I'm going in. Drugs of my choice. You get what I'm honest, right? Because over time, I had to mix the drugs. I told myself, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking. I am too drunk. I need to level out. So then I'm fat shoelaces of coke. Yeah, for those who don't know, I used to do coke. Right?
Yeah, right. They said fat shoelaces.
You know what I mean? Remember fat laces and Adidas?
Hey, I haven't participated, but I know what you're talking
about. I know you used to be there. You used to be ready to follow me behind it.
Definitely did, man. I was like, the homies are tripping.
And that was my life, though, right? I'm going to keep it 100. Gotta keep it a buck. And so now I'm partying. 10 o'clock rolls along. He comes with his wife. He has a couple drinks, leaves me there. I'm like, don't worry. I'll keep it going. I keep that party going for 3 days, bro. I don't go home. I don't call my wife. My wife and kids, my son and my newborn daughter's at the pad. And I'm like, keep telling myself I can get to the pad. I can make it. Next day, wake up, I'm so hungover, I go back at it early, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm back at doing what I'm doing. So Monday rolls along, bro. Wifey still hit me. And I'm scared to go home because I know I'm like, damn, bro, like, nigga fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Stop at a bar. I'm drinking some more. I got the bag of Duff because I'm the Duff guy. So I'm in the bathroom duffing some more. And I'm like, fuck it. And then when I get home, I see at that time he's in the 2nd grade. So he's like probably like 7, 8 years old. Yeah. And he's like, hey, Dad, you missed my first day of 2nd grade.
Oh, man.
Like, damn, your boy's a piece of shit.
Hit on the heartstring right there, huh?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, wifey looking at me. She said, my daughter, she a newborn, so she don't know what's going on. My mother-in-law, she looking at me like, you a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From that moment on, I told myself, I'm no longer going to play the victim to the alcohol and the drugs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this to be a repetitive cycle for my son. You get what I'm saying? Because I know if I continue with this, he going to see it. You know what I mean? And there's a possibility that he can mimic what I done did. You get what I'm saying by seeing?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely,
so
man.
if he makes that choice later in life, he makes that choice. However, I don't want to be a part of showing it. You get what I'm saying? And
Right,
so
right.
that was one of the reasons I really was like, you know what, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm better than what I'm doing. And in
Yeah.
order to get somewhere in life, I done drank for 20 years. I done did drugs for 20 years. I done been doing stupid shit for 20 years. And I finally told myself, if I could do that, come away with my jacket clean and be a stand-up dude, right? I believe I'm a stand-up. I'm a man of my word, right?
That you
So
are. I bear witness to that. You definitely are,
I
man. Definitely. That's
appreciate it.
why I fuck with you like that. You know what I mean? Definitely. Definitely.
I appreciate that. So I said, I just told myself, if I gave 20 to the homies, I gave 20 to all this other stuff. If I give 20 to myself and my family, where would I be? And right now, I'm year 4 doing it. You know what I'm talking about? So,
Yeah.
and in the 4 years, I done learned how to wholesale real estate. I done learned how to do Facebook ads. I done won 3 awards for the book. I'm a mentor at Paving Great Futures. I
Yeah.
done been to some development seminars and really got to understand self. You know what I mean? I'm about to drop my second book, Quotes Off the Wall. So
Man.
all those cool things,
Congrats, man. Congrats. That's a
appreciate it.
beautiful thing.
And me and my partners, we got our first rental property in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So in,
yeah.
in 4 years of being sober, things that those accolades have come. So I can only imagine in another 16 years, where will this be? You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you a quarter of the way. You a quarter of the way there.
I didn't even look at that. You're right.
Yeah,
You hella
you a quarter of the way
yeah.
there, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely, man.
yeah, with that being said, I'm like, and don't get me wrong, there's days I'm struggling. Like a couple of days ago, I think I was struggling, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? Like
Yeah,
I couldn't run away from this one, right? Like I used to go get high, get drunk, and I could escape from reality, right?
right,
When the
right.
world get on my nerves, whatever the case, financial problems at the moment, whatever it may be, I could always just run to the bottle, right?
Yeah,
Go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Holler
yeah,
at a bro, do whatever I need to do to get my mind off it. And this
yeah.
time I couldn't get my mind off it. And some real
Now you gotta
evil.
face it. Now you gotta
I had to
face it.
face it, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
those moments be the hardest moments. However, I tell myself it ain't worth it, right? It
yeah,
ain't worth hitting the lick. It ain't worth poofing nobody. It ain't worth going to jail. You get what I'm saying? So that my kids is gonna be like, look at their dad, like, damn, dad couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? Dad allowed it to break him. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's not easy, but it's simple knowing that there's a reason why I keep going and keep doing what I'm doing, right? And sometimes a lot of people ain't got kids. I get it. There has to be a reason though, because if there's not a big enough reason, when life slaps us in the motherfucking face and hits us with an uppercut, nigga, we gonna be ready to park and quit and stop and go back to doing what we used to do.
go
You
off
get
the
what I'm saying? If
rails.
you ain't doing it
Yeah,
for granny, you ain't doing it for the little homie, you ain't doing it for your relly that got killed, if you ain't doing it for somebody other than yourself. Because
yeah,
after a while, yourself gets tired. 4 years in, you'll be like, nigga, fuck this shit, nigga. I can kick my feet up, nigga. It ain't that serious.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Type
know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Type shit.
However, when you look at your little one, if you got life, you like, damn, okay, this is why I'm doing it. This shit is hard right now, but this is why I'm doing
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
that's how it all manifested. Now I'm just like, shit, I'm too far in to go back.
yeah,
However, it's challenging at times. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep the good fight, though, man. Keep tracking uphill. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Okay, you hit on good key points and opened up the session, right? So that was your introduction to reintroducing yourself to yourself and taking accountability. You know what I mean? So that's what I gathered from that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you got the accountability in check and under control. You got that in the chokehold right now, right? So how do you tackle entitlement? Because by doing all the shit that you were doing and you had a family at the pad, you felt entitled to be able to do that at some point. You felt entitled to having your fun or having your piece of earth. You know what I mean? To not have to have any worries and leave everybody else with the worries. You know what I mean? In a sense. So how did you deal with, or how do you approach first what do you think about entitlement, and how did you approach that to get out your own way and make sure you didn't have that sense of entitlement?
Okay, I like that question. For me, I'm gonna switch the word up, right? Words is powerful, right? And so for me, as you're saying, the questions that you're asking me, entitlement, for me, all and how you were explaining it, and for how I dissected and understood it, is almost like, to me, being a victim. And what I mean by that, not being victimized in the sense of, you know, someone hurting me. However, being a victim and always pointing the finger. So as I thought I was entitled, is because now I'm pointing the finger like I deserve this, right? I deserve this because I did this, and and I owe it to myself. However, until I realized, like, boom, no longer am I gonna blame everybody like, oh, I'm doing all this. Fuck y'all niggas, fuck everybody. I'm gonna go party, I'm gonna go do what I need to do, right? That's when it finally started to shift. When I finally started to say, you know what? Let me stop being a victim. Let me stop acting entitled like everything is owed to me. Like my freedom is owed to me. My time is owed to me. However, it's not, because I chose a life of whoever I got in my life at the time, that I got to give my life and my time too. And and so acting entitled, realized for me, I was like, okay, I'm being a victim. I heard someone say, you know, in order to move forward, you gotta stop placing blame. And now 4 years fast forward, there's this quote or this definition of responsibility that I like to take on. However, listen, as I say all this to whoever's watching, I ain't perfect. I'm not no God. I'm no, you know what I'm saying? Like, your boy be fucking up and still has foul and makes bad choices.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, all the way, I'm keeping a buck.
You're human.
You know what I'm saying? However, though, check it out though. You know what I mean? When a nigga,
hold on 1 second, let me get this shit.
Yeah, get your light on, man. Get your light on, buddy.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, see, they didn't put the shit up right there. That's my really though. He hit me back. Let me put this on silent. So excuse me, sir. That was my mistake, my fuck up, sir. Continue with the sermon.
I done lost my little train of thought.
Entitlement. We was on entitlement. We were on not pointing the finger, not being a victim. You were, you know, embracing your accountability and getting around the bullshit.
Embracing the accountability, and accountability to me coincides with the word responsibility. And in this seminar that I went to, Life Success course, which is a 7-day off in a ranch of Nevada, in the mountains, off the grid, you know what I mean, where you really are faced with a lot of challenges in your life, so you could be courageous in learning how to face these fears that come in real life, right? And you get to learn a lot about yourself. And there's this definition of responsibility. And I like it, and for me, this is what I use. Like I said, I'm not perfect, though. I do slip. And responsibility is this: I am the cause to every effect in my life. To blame is to be a victim. And that's responsibility, right? And so if I believe, and which I do, that I'm the cause to every effect, meaning that if I peel back the layers far enough, a different decision would have got me a different result. And so therefore, if I understand it, I believe that, I know that, then there's no longer can I say, oh, Silk did this, Silk did that, and blame Silk. You get what I'm saying? Because I know I'm the cause to every effect, and to blame is to be a victim. And so I use that when I'm vibrating at my highest chi, and I'm on my shit.
Answer that for you. Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm sorry about
I'm
that.
on my shit. I'm able to be that and stand in that in integrity at all times. And there's moments in my life where I slip, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been asking God for forgiveness over the last couple of days. You get what I'm saying? So just to keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? However, though, I'm really proud of myself for being responsible and not being a total victim, and knowing that it's all my own fault. It's all my own doings. You know what I'm saying? And then to me, to be entitled is to blame others. And so therefore you make excuses so you can do what it is that you want to do.
Right. For trying to seek sympathy, pretty much. You know, for the bullshit you put yourself in, type shit. That's kind of what I gathered from the shit. I'm stop you right there real quick. There's a question, man. that I want to ask, and that's why I told him just now. I didn't mean to cut you off. I told him I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna get with him. It says, how can we find motivation when we are dealing with poverty? Now, what do you
Dealing
have to
with
say
what?
that?
Poverty?
Dealing with poverty.
Poverty. Poverty.
Yeah, that's what it says. Poverty.
Well, look it. That's a great question. First of all, poverty is real as a motherfucker, right? However, though, you're gonna have to need motivation to get out that poverty. You know what I mean? A lot of it to me, this is just me. I heard this old white man in a seminar, and it was virtually. It wasn't the nigga dead now. I didn't even know he was dead at the time when I was listening to it. However, he was just talking about the poverty of the mind. And a lot of times it's a poverty mindset that keeps us in the poverty. And so when we're able to flip that and just have a little bit of goal for the day, like, you know what, I'm going to do one thing a little different to get about this poverty, that gives you the motivation, right? The small steps in a certain direction gives a little bit of motivation, knowing that you can get somewhere different. However, if you sit there with the victim mentality, like, oh, nigga, the world fucked up, I'm black, nigga, I grew up, moms ain't got nothing, and we harbor that, we believe that, we become that, right? That victimization of mindset, because I did that for 37 years. So if anybody don't believe it, nigga, that was my life. You get what I'm saying? Behind closed doors, I felt like the world, it was, listen, no one liked me because I was mixed. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling myself, my victim mentality. No one liked me because I'm biracial. No one, you get what I'm saying? And everyone thought I had to defend myself because I was skinny. You get what I'm saying? There's so much shit that we all think about, right? And believe, I had both my mama and daddy in my house. However, though, we was just over broke. You know, for those who don't know that acronym, that's just over broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was, bro. You know what I'm saying? And to get motivation, listen, motivation is nothing but a vehicle to get you up off your ass. You're going to need your own power to keep it going. Because guess what? Ain't no one going to be in your ear 24/7 but your own mind. And if your mind can get you to go, and you don't have that reason like we said, then guess what? Then people sit there and say, well, fuck what Kold talking about, fuck what Silk talking about, fuck what Jonas and Mr. Sharpe is talking about. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make no sense. I can't do that. Well, guess what? You can if you want to. Because imagination is a motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? However, though, it's going to be an uphill battle in poverty. Yeah, it's going to be. Definitely. That's just what it is, bro. Look, we can't change what it is. We can't change the initial cards that was given to us. However, we can change how to start playing that game as we get older. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? You fold that hand, say, I need a new hand, or let me come in with a new hand, and so I can do this. However, you keep getting them same 3 aces, a 5, and a 7. You keep playing the same shit. You keep losing to the other nigga. Guess what? Don't be boo the fool. Don't keep hitting your head against the wall thinking something's going to change. Right. You're going to have to change it yourself. And
questions too, really. You can ask them questions. We're going to elaborate on this question first. I'm going to let you go. Go ahead. You said, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I just read.
Yeah, no. That's just, you know, believe me, man. What I've learned to realize is even in poverty, even if you get out of poverty, it's a poverty mindset that keeps us a lot from going where we need to get to. And what I mean by poverty mindset is a limited belief mindset of I can't have it because of this, right? And you can ask yourself this. You can ask yourself this. They asked this, I went to a seminar over the weekend. They said, because what you believe you will attract, right? You don't get what you want, you get what you want. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't get what you want, you get what you want, right? And so they asked the question this, do you believe this is a hostile world or a friendly world? Because now that's going to show what comes to you.
Hey, really put that question in a little question box right there. The comments so I could bring it up later so it won't just pass by. He says, what are your religious beliefs to start? But we're going to get to that in a second, really. That's a good question. We're going to get to that in a second. Go ahead, continue.
We were just on the lines of, and so when he asked the question, do you believe that the world is a hostile environment, is a hostile earth or a loving earth? Yeah. Because if you believe that the world is hostile, that means now you got your guard up. You're not coming from a full place of love. You think there's always someone going to get us, and guess what happens? We don't get what we want. We get what we are. So we believe that the world is fucked up. The world is going to show us fucked up shit. So we can therefore validate it in our mind and say, yep, see, I told you. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yep.
Self-sabotage.
And if it's loving, you're going to self-sabotage. And believe me, the only reason why I can say that because I self-sabotaged a hell of a lot for 37 years. And now it's not as much. It ain't over. Because I know how to self-sabotage some shit still to this day.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
let me chime in on that right there. I believe the most effective part and the most vital part to that is getting out your own fucking way when it comes to that question. I believe a lot of us stand in our own way of achieving certain things. You know what I mean? Stand in our own way of even putting forth effort. If you put forth some effort, get out your own way, and your own disbeliefs, start putting some effort, you'll start achieving shit. You'll start believing that you got action at doing that. So you have the ability to self-sabotage your reality through perception. Yeah, I believe you do. Your perception of things will have you sabotaging shit. You know what I mean? It's like let's just give an example of a relationship, and that question goes along with what we're talking about right now. So that's why I'm approaching that question right now. Let's say a relationship. You know, you get a female that you fucking with, and she starts to do little shit to whereas she wants to see how you gonna react, to see if you gonna react the same way wherever she just came from is gonna. They reacted like this over here. Let me see if you gonna react like that. And she puts bullshit in the mix where bullshit doesn't belong, right? And you start to catch on to that, and you start to react to that bullshit. And then she says, oh, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. I knew it was going to be like this. I knew this was going to happen. Well, you shouldn't have put that bullshit in the mix. You, like he said, for every action, there's a reaction. So cause and effect. You caused that to happen and to affect you in that way. You knew the possibilities that were possible to happen, and with those circumstances that you injected into your relationship or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So pretty much you caused that to happen. You caused your own demise in that circumstance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, if you continue to feed your poverty with feeding your mentality that, oh, this is all that's available to me is poverty, then that's all you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have anything else. You know, I and the homie Matt watched the video many years ago, man. I think it was probably about 15 years ago, maybe more than 15, maybe almost a dub. You know what I mean? And it was called The Secret. You know what I'm saying? So, and we learned this shit way back in elementary school, and motherfuckers didn't understand what was really being said, and it was all the way back to the little engine that could. You know what I'm saying? When they said, I think I can, I think I can. The secret is, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, then you can't. You've already injected your mind frame with negativity, or you already injected your mind frame with positivity. It's just a matter of time to get through that journey that you're going to reach that success, that positivity, or it's a matter of time that that negativity is going to keep walking with you like a shadow. You know what I'm saying? It's going to stay on your journey with you like a shadow. So if you get out of that mind state, if you stop perceiving things as negative and fucked up, then you'll bypass all that. You'll get on the other side of the mountain on some good shit and have exactly what you envision to have. Because like he said, man, it's all about your what did you say? Not a dream. You said damn, what did you say? Imagination. You said imagination. So your imagination builds creativity, which informs is tangible, becomes tangible. You know what I mean? Because you took that process to have that progress. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, what you say?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so definitely, I think perception has a lot to do with things, and I think if you unmotivate yourself, then poverty will be your process. You know what I'm saying? I think you could climb up out of that if your mental state changes. You know what I mean? So you got to stop at a certain point in time in life. We got to stop blaming this person, that person, and take accountability for us. stop feeling entitled like somebody owes us something, and start putting forth that effort and getting out our own way to say, okay, I need to dig myself out the mud because I'm 18, I'm 19, I'm a grown man, I'm a grown woman. Let me go ahead and start planting these bricks, start learning how to make cement so I can start building for myself. Because all the things that have affected me now, I either need to learn how to deal with it, address it. Well, excuse me, let me say this before deal with it. Address the issue in order for me to be able to deal with this shit, whether it's hurt, whether it's emotion, whether it's past traumas, whatever the case that may be. Let me deal with that shit. Let me address that appropriately, accordingly, so now I can move on to life. I can't say, oh, my mom was a crackhead, my mom was this, and my mom caused my life to be like this. Well, nah, you're using that as an excuse now, because now your mom is this age and you're this age. So now your mom has no more control over your life. You know what I mean? Now those issues may still affect your life, but you need to go get those issues worked out. You need to find a vent avenue to work out those issues, whether it be therapy, whether it be counseling, whether it be whatever it is. Go vent to the homies. Go ask some people that really fuck with you, really love you, how to get through this. They may be able to give you some news you can use. You know what I'm saying? But you have, excuse me, everything out the butt is bullshit. However, you have to seek this out. You can't sit on this, you know what I'm saying, and use it as an excuse and start using it to justify your bullshit now. You know what I mean? That's not plausible. That's not gonna help you at all. And if you do that and wallow and mildew in your own bullshit, then that's what's gonna become of you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have shit but a couch full of bullshit, a life full of bullshit. That's just what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That there's no way around that. You know what I mean? You can't maneuver through that maneuver. You know what I'm saying? That's you. You know what I'm saying? You don't maneuver, that's you. You know, I hope we elaborated on that and we're able to give you some sense of understanding on where we coming from with that poverty line thing and with that other issue. Really, if in a second when I finish chopping it up with my folks right here, you know what I'm saying, with my loved one, we gonna have people chime in at the end. I'm gonna start letting people in and stuff. So we just we build it right here and we kicking this around right now for us to get some substance and for y'all to get some substance. So I'm not gonna bring everybody in right now, but put your comments in that comments box right now. So remember the biggest rule of all, you can't care more than the other person. You're absolutely right. We gonna get to that too when we talking about expectation, because my next thing is expectation. But yeah, really, I'll chime in with whoever want to jump on and elaborate, give their examples, and give some understanding or have some dialogue too as well. You know, when we get finished kicking this shit around. So any comments, put the comments in that little box. My guy, hold on. My guy, oh, okay, you found the box. All right, y'all found the box. If people can't find the box, let them know how to how to put their question in that box so we can answer some questions. We're gonna get to that religion too, because that religion is a real life topic. It's something that there is some substance we can get from that. We can go deep on that too. So let's get back to it. All right. Do you feel? Oh, excuse me. Fuck your feelings. Fuck mine too. Because the world doesn't give a fuck about no feelings, okay? And that's what this topic was really gonna be called, fuck your feelings. So we can get out of the way, get the bullshit out the way, and get to the meat of the situation, you know, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. Yet, do you think you elaborated on that situation enough, or do you have more to give on that?
Yeah, okay. No. You came in and put a bow on that joker. You know what I mean? It's the bottom line is our perception. I heard Trent Shelton he has said, don't let your perception be your prison.
Huh? Say it again.
I said I was listening to Trent. I think his name is Trent Shelton, right? And he had said, because you tied it up with perception, right? And what we perceive, we will believe, we will achieve, and it will come good or bad. It don't matter what it is, because the subconscious mind doesn't garner good or bad. It just garners whatever you perceive it to be. And so, however, he said, don't allow your perception to be your prison. You get what I'm saying? And that's what a poverty mindset is our perception is putting us up in a prison, not literally, but mentally, without thinking outside the box. And you tied it up. You tied that joker up good. And for the record, though, for the record, I got about 5 minutes because I got to smash.
Okay, you got something else? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, look,
I gotta go. I gotta go do a presentation, man. So
I'm about to chime the really in. I know you stay busy, man. I know I couldn't tie your time up all this time, but I was showing up trying. You hear me?
hey, but no, listen, check it out though. We put me on the docket. Let's put something. We want to get at it. You know what I mean? You can always let's give me a little bit of time so I can make sure my schedule is free and we can come on here because like you said in the beginning, iron always sharpens iron.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate the time that you have given. I'm gonna chime the really in a second. Yet the next two keys that we're gonna talk about is gonna be that expectation. Whether it's expectation within yourself, expectation within other people. That's really what we really have a issue with, if I may say so myself, is expectation out of others. You know what I mean? Which fucks up relationships and everything like that. And it's acceptance. You know what I'm saying?
Acceptance?
Yeah. Speak on it.
My bad, I didn't mean to catch you off. Go ahead. I'm not saying expectation is a motherfucker, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness, man! Expectation to cause a brick building to crumble fast, man. So we gonna chime my really in right now, real quick, so I can let him touch on something for that last 5 minutes that you have,
for sure.
and then I'm gonna probably get on here and chop with him to see what's what. All right, I'm gonna chime you in. E, accept that. E, accept that right there. Let me see what it says. What are each of your beliefs? All right.
Yeah, and no expectations, no letdowns. That's true. And the spirit one day told me this 3 years ago. With no expectations, you hold no judgment.
Really, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, man. Can't see you, but I can hear you, so that's good enough.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna just.
Hey, hold on. Quick introduction. That's my really EB right there. This is my real folks, long time, really my family too right here. Jonas, man, we call him Kold, even though his name is Jonas now. He's an author, so he's transitioned. That's my really EB, man. E right there.
For sure. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's definitely a pleasure. I just had a couple questions just because I was listening and I like what y'all got going on. And the first thing I wanted to ask was, I have to ask religious beliefs first. Because I don't want to talk and offend nobody. And so what are your personal religious beliefs?
Now, elaborate though, so we can get clarity on what you're asking. What do you mean by religious beliefs?
I mean, do you conform to a religious belief, to a background, to a Christianity, to an organization?
I grew up in the church, so Christian would be my background. Yet at the same time, the knowledge I've ascertained since being a young one has led me to believe in there's a God. You know what I mean? There's an entity that's much greater than ourselves. Yet I don't necessarily conform to the way that it was presented to us or delivered to us. In that aspect, if I may say that, if that's
okay. Perfect. No, that was perfect. You answered exactly what I was asking. What Jonah?
Your thing is going in and out. Really, I don't know if you stationary or what, but your service is flickering. It's robotic. Yeah, I can hear you right now. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Jonah, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah. Nah, I didn't go to church. My parents didn't go to church. I don't know what they was. My family was kind of quiet about a lot of things. So since I always fell on if I ask you no questions, you tell me no lies. So I never asked a question on why we didn't go to church. I never went. You know what I mean? In my years, I've followed a lot of different things and touched base with a lot of different religions. So I'm similar to your Relly in the sense of I know there's a higher being. I believe that we're all here. Whatever religion is here is to get us closer to the source. And I believe that through each religion is that is here so that person can get closer to the main source of God. You know what I mean? And whichever vehicle that we use, right? Like just like we use different vehicles to get to work or to transport something, right? You use the F-150 transport some people back to that, right? However, somebody might only have a Prius, but it's still familiar with the same shit. So to me, religion is just a vehicle to get closer to the source. So I don't feel it myself.
Okay, perfect. So, now just to dig a little bit deeper, outside of religion.
What are
Do
your
you guys?
religious beliefs? Hold on. You have to.
That's my rally. Let me know something.
Yeah. Now you know how this shit go. You know how this shit go, man. We definitely can't allow none of the so interviewer for an interviewer. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you.
Yeah.
That's how you know you my blood.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wasn't letting that one slide.
Hey, we gotta creep past that. Oh no, we just as quick as the rest. Call me Flash. We quicker than faster. We quicker than faster around here, man. So yeah, give it to us one time. Same question to you, asking for us,
well,
you asking yourself pretty much. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me say this. I done been on a couple little journeys. Right, I done been on a couple of journeys.
Which one did you adhere to?
I started. Look, I started just like everybody else. Christianity. I got to actually reading though, and not just listening.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to reading and not just listening. Right. So once I got to doing that, I started recognizing that this book I'm reading don't even match what this person standing up is talking about. Right.
Okay.
So that's when I said, okay, I'm kind of cool off this right here. So then I kind of got in touch with the the Hebrew Israelites, and I like their message. I wouldn't conform, I wouldn't be a part, but I like the message.
Right.
Does that make sense? Okay,
you consuming the information. You gotta consume the information no matter whether it applies to you or not. That's called chewing the meat and spitting out the bones.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So I say that to say I've been through a lot of texts. I've been through a lot of texts, and I'm more of a spiritual being. I believe in the higher source. I don't believe in an organized religion. I believe that the texts do hold beautiful things inside of them, and I also believe they're man-made, so they have some bullshit inside of them.
Most definitely.
And I believe that for every single one, not just one.
I concur wholeheartedly.
Okay. Now the next question I wanted to ask y'all is.
So you don't conform to any religion? That's what you're saying?
I don't conform to any religion, but I do study and read the text. I do have a certain amount of belief in the text, in the writing.
Right, because it's a lot to take from it though. At the same
Absolutely.
time, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it covers all bases. That's why I adhere to consuming most of the things that are being taught or that are being read, because I can see it. I've seen it happen in my life. You know what I mean? Certain things, but not necessarily the formation in which is being brought to us or displayed or presented to us, because everything has its flaws. You know what I mean? And who's to say that is really the text and not just the subtext from someone else? You know what I mean? So go ahead, my bus.
For sure. So now the next thing I wanted to ask y'all was about the text. How do y'all feel about the text? It doesn't matter if it's the Bible, the Quran, the Buddhism, the Hinduism, it doesn't really matter. How do y'all feel about the text?
So for me, go ahead. You want to elaborate first? Go ahead. You got it.
No, go ahead.
Because I know you only got a couple minutes though. You about to be flash forwarding on us, man. You got shit to do. You know what I mean?
The text, so I believe this. I believe that for me, I can't speak for nobody else. When I read truth, my spirit feels it. You get what I'm saying?
There we go.
I feel the frequency. My spirit I can feel like, oh yeah, that's truth. Like it, because remember this, and since we all know, what only the same thing on the same frequency can attract the same thing. You get what I'm saying? And so when there's truth in it, I feel it in me. It doesn't, it doesn't matter if it comes from the Bible, the Quran. It doesn't matter if it comes off the walls of the temple. It doesn't matter if it comes from the Kabbalion. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different ways that it comes from. And it's almost like it's just a different delivery, right? However, for me, there's truth dissected in each and every one. It's like a circle, right? Imagine a circle of town, right? The middle of town, and it's a circle. It don't matter which way you come in, you always gonna get to the center, right? You come from the left, you come from the right. However, you get there, you're gonna get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop, to the center of the town. So the truth is gonna come from every which way, and you're gonna feel it. And that's for me, bro. You know what I mean? So I believe it. I believe there's truth in everything. Because without everything is made from truth, if we get that deep. right?
Okay, so let me elaborate on that, and because the main reason why I jumped up, right, is because I caught something you said, and something you said, right, and it's not a belief I have, it's a question, because I want you to break it down, and I wanted to hear your beliefs before you broke it down. So one thing I heard you say just now, not too long ago, about 20 minutes ago, you said, I think you're I'm not gonna you know, quote you, but you said, you know, I like to tell everybody I'm not perfect, etc. You said I'm not a god.
Correct.
I think he said I'm not God.
No, he said I'm not. Yeah, he said I'm not God.
He said I'm not God.
That's exactly what he said.
But yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
so right. So when I hear you say you're not a god, right? Right? And oops, my bad. And I listen to that, and I pay attention to that. And then later on in the conversation, the whole conversation is based on whatever you think you can be, whatever you train your mind to is your reality. Well, it's a proven fact that I can make life and I can take life. And from listening to you, you have taught me that as long as I focus my mind on anything I want to focus my mind on, anything in the world, I can be that. I am the controller of my perception, and I can self-sabotage with my perception. So sitting here listening, I've heard you I've listened to you, even just right now, I heard you say something that made too much sense to me that the average mind would have lost. And you said you catch on to vibrations. You know what I mean? You said when you read something, the vibrations will catch you. So if you can catch vibrations and you can catch energy out of words that were written millions of years before, would you agree that everything has vibration and energy?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, everything. The law of the universe states that everything. One of the laws states that all things vibrate, right? The law of vibration. So yeah, everything is moving. Even this phone that we all looking at, even though it's not moving under a high intensity microscope, it's gonna move. Them cells is moving. Jack, them atoms is moving. So everything is moving. There's only two movements. It's either growth or decay. So either you growing or you dying. And this phone that's sitting in front of us, it is actually dying because it was taken from different parts. There's no life in it. If we allow this phone to sit here long enough, you get what I'm saying? It will eventually decay. It might take 100 years. It might take 1,000 years. However, it is already in the decay state.
Right. So, okay. So we can all agree that everything has vibration, and everything that has vibration also has energy, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Because you just told me you can feel an energy out of words that were written, just words that you read and these words were written millions of years ago, but you can feel the energy from them, right?
Yeah.
So this is something that's not even tangible that has energy.
Right.
Right? Okay, so if we can sit here and we can say that every single thing on this earth, there's not one thing on this planet that doesn't have energy, that doesn't vibrate. Right? So if the energy and the vibration is everything, then how do you feel if someone was to say, I feel like energy is God?
That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Hey, look it.
To me, I don't give a fuck what you feel like. It's what you know or what you don't. It don't matter.
No. I asked that.
I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying, though. It's just
I only asked that to say because he said that he is not a god.
What I meant to say, let me clarify that. So let me go back. I did say that, right?
Perfect.
And really what I was doing, and I appreciate you pointing it out, was just to bring a clarification of I'm not the quote unquote Jesus of this perfect person. You get what I'm saying? And so to put a bit more clarification, I'm not perfect. So I appreciate you catching that, because I will no longer say I'm not God, because I believe I am. And through the I am is the most two powerful words in this universe. And just to go on that, right? So look, now you got me in the book, right? So
there we go. There we go. Let's talk about it.
Hey, look. So the Power of Awareness by Navel, Goddard, right? And it says this, and I'm a firm believer: there is no real separation or gap in consciousness. I am cannot be divided. I may conceive myself to be a rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, or a thief, but the center of my being remains the same regardless of the concept I hold of myself. At the center of manifestation, there's only one I am, manifesting in legions of forms or concepts of itself, and I am that I am. I am is the self-definition of the absolute foundation on which everything rests. I am is the first cause substance. I am is the self-definition of God. So,
okay, let me ask you. Hold on. Read the first 5 words again. One more time. Like the first 5, 6 words.
yeah, there is no real separation or gap in consciousness.
Okay, so there's no separation or gap in consciousness. So what that means for the people that don't know is that consciousness is infinite. There is no separation. There is no gap. So everything that has a consciousness has a connection. And that's the reason why I pointed out what he said, because if consciousness is infinite and there is no divide and there is no connection, then that means you are a part of that consciousness. And if you are a part of that consciousness, then you are divine. You are godlike.
Say that. Say that. Say
All
that.
the time.
It's within. God is within.
It's God
Everybody
with.
don't catch that though. Everybody don't catch that. Everybody don't get that. You know, heaven is locked in within. You know what I mean? So I get where you coming from, really. I get that. That's it. That's a nice splash and spill on them. But I'm gonna let you continue. I just had to say a little bit, and I'm gonna elaborate on that joint too. I'm gonna elaborate on that joint too. And
It's like, if you guys just, hey, family, if you're still on, I gotta go get ready. I gotta do my thing. I'm gonna come back on. I'm gonna be on the road though with it, but I'm gonna hit back. Man, I appreciate you for
Absolutely.
You always gotta stretch and quantify and qualify statements. So I appreciate you holding me to what I said. And so for clarity, I'm not perfect. However, God is within me. You get what I'm saying? I am that I am. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, it's much love. It's much love to both of you. Hey, family, Silk, my dude, my guy.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming through. I love you too, loved one. Good looking out, gracing the stage with your presence, man, and your good spill and splash, man. Straight knowledge, like all the time.
All the time, man. Hey, love y'all, man. In a minute, then.
Hey, it was definitely a pleasure meeting you.
A pleasure meeting you. In a minute.
All right, really stay on, man, so we can chop it.
Oh, for sure. I'm right here. I'm right here for it all.
Okay. What was the elaboration on that from your perspective? How did you take that? How did you consume what he was flashing?
Well. This is see, and the reason why I wanted to come up really is because I was listening, right? And it's crazy because you sent it to me and it popped up, and when what vibration, whatever vibration or whatever frequency you on, that's what you go on attract. So exactly what you on right now, mentally and spiritually, is what I've been on for the past couple weeks.
Right.
So when I get it and I click into it, and I just listen to the dialogue for a second. I'm not dismissive. If the Relly sent me this, he sent me this for a reason. So let me see what the dialogue is. And the dialogue was right up my alley.
Yeah, definitely.
And I like that type of shit, right? So when I heard him say, because I like everything he was saying, I like talking to spiritually conscious, awoke people, and he seemed awoke.
And
so,
yeah,
absolutely. So when he seemed as awoke and in tune as he was, when I heard him say, "I am not a god," I had to tap in on that because number one, I like your platform, I like what you're doing, and from the research that I've been having going on and the spiritual journey that I've been on, I've been learning. That's not a message that I want to be sent out without challenging it.
Clarification is key, man. Look, communication, not to cut you, but communication and comprehension go hand in hand, but they cannot be compatible without clarification. So we definitely need that clarification when there's communication, because it's going to be all for nothing if there's no clarification in your communication. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't consume it, the right way in its right fashion and sense. If not, but continue. Oh, excuse me. However, continue.
And so when I'm sitting back listening, right, and I'm listening to everybody come up with their questions, and I'm listening to the questions, and just one thing I'm starting to notice with my own spiritual awakeness is I'm noticing the deep slumber. I'm noticing the deep sleep. Everybody's looking for something outside of themselves. Everybody's looking for answers elsewhere.
Yeah.
Every question wanted an answer that was, where do I find motivation from? Yourself.
Right. Yourself. Absolutely within, man. Sometimes you got to take that break to take that look in the mirror. You know, it might be frightful. You might be fearful of it. But look, it's a job that needs to be done. That's the number one job before you head on your journey to success, failure or success. Because with failure comes success. They go hand in hand as well.
For a fact. And I just wanted to jump up really and I just wanted to just publicly and broadly say, everybody needs to get in tune with themselves. That's number one.
Yeah, definitely.
That's number one. If you're not trying to figure out who you are, and what people got to understand is when I say who you are, I'm not talking about your personality. I'm not talking about what makes you mad. I'm not talking about what makes you sad. I'm not talking about anything earthly.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who are you as a spirit?
Yeah.
Who are you as a being? Because like I just said, we all are energy. Energy doesn't die. Energy doesn't stop. It transfers.
Yeah.
So
would you say that equates to your intent? Or what would that equate to?
Your intent on what?
Your intent. You said what did you just say? Be one with yourself. Your spiritual, not your personality, not your you said something else. I forgot what else you just said beyond or before personality. Yet would that be spiritual connection with your intent with the world, your purpose, as far as if you're if you got evil intent or good intent, or
let's talk about purpose.
What's the synopsis in that?
Let's talk about purpose. What is purpose? What is our purpose? What is my belief to what our purpose is?
I mean, individually. I want to. That's what I was thinking. You were coming from was individual purpose and intent was what I was thinking.
And every single human being on this planet Earth's individual purpose and intent is to become closer to the source. The only way to become closer to the source is to know thyself, is to become one with yourself. And that's why I made him read that beginning part. Because if everything is in infinite consciousness and all the consciousness is attached, there's no detachment in consciousness, then that means that you are attached to the infinite consciousness, which is what we call God.
Right.
Now, so
quick question. Let me interject, man. I'm gonna need to interject because you splashing that shit. So for those that don't understand and they can get a little more of a fractional breakdown, how would you tell one to go about acquiring that within themselves? What would be the route to take to be able to look in that mirror and pretty much bring that to the surface? You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, this is what I do, and this is what I learned. I studied a lot of different cultures, and I studied a lot of different religions, and it was one thing that they all had in common. And the first thing the first thing I noticed that they all had in common was one God. The second thing I noticed that they all kind of had in common was meditation.
Hey, look, excuse me, hold on. Let me stop you for a second, because you about to go into a realm, and I'm gonna be looking like I took this out of your realm. That was what my response was gonna be to the religion. You know what I mean? And all these books and where this comes from and where that comes from, because all these books and different religions, the one belief that they all have is that there's one God. You know what I'm saying? There's one way to this one God, even though they're coming from different sectors, just like he said. Yet, at the end of the day, it's one entity that they're all trying to reach. And that was, I don't know if it was a group or one individual that put this book together, or that put many of those books together as a group to put different names and switch different things. But they made a cold play. They made a cold play, whether it's true or it's not true. They made a cold play, and I say that because there's nothing in those books that they're missing. They hit on all the experiences that you're gonna go through, that you've had, that many of us have had and gone through and went through. So the belief can be very, very strong looking from them books, because they covered all the angles.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They definitely sat down and had a committee to cover all these angles. If that shit is not true, or whether it is not for me to say. You know, at the same time, my belief is my belief, and how I'm gonna get to where I need to go to. You know what I mean? As far as God is within me, and I know my own heart, as well as the bigger entity that's out there as well. You know what I'm saying? Knows my heart, knows my purpose, my intent, and my character, the characteristics that I behold. You know, so I wanted to jump on that real quick before you went down and got into this motherfucking deep ass tunnel of a rabbit hole, because I know we going there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to make it seem like I'm jumping in and taking tidbits from what you have to say right now. So let me I had to get that out one time. But proceed, man. Excuse me. Go ahead and proceed, man, and take the stage back.
No, for sure. But it basically it comes down to meditation, bro. It comes down to and people might sit back and be like, the Muslim, they don't tell me to meditate, or I'm a Christian. The Bible doesn't say meditate once. No, the Bible says pray, and that's a form of meditation.
Right.
It's quiet in the mind. What does the Bible say? It says don't pray in front of everybody. Go into the closet by yourself. Go into the room by yourself.
Right.
And pray. Why? Because you need to be that's a form of meditation. When you pray, what are you doing? You're focusing your mind on what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is you desire. You're sending out waves. And we call it prayer, we call it meditate. But what it is it's meditation.
Right.
What it is you really getting into so if I was to give advice, if anybody was like, well, he's telling me to find myself, but I don't even understand what he's talking about. Okay, this is what you need to do. Spend let's say it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and close your eyes alone and just chill with your own thoughts for a minute.
Bask in peace for a second. Get to know
fact.
yourself. Yeah, definitely. I get it. Go ahead. I'm just giving a little simplification to your splash, because you may be complex for some. Not saying that you will be for all. Yet I'm just giving a little clarification. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Continue, man. I just gonna try to from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
and that's just the message, to keep it 100. Really, I wanted to get up here and just deliver to the world, because I feel like I'm being blessed with this calling and this knowledge that's being thrown to me, really, because it's so diverse, and it's so far away from what I was taught and what I was brainwashed and learned. And if I go back to the time of when I had those beliefs and I think of where I'm at now, it's like, fuck, is that the state the world is in?
Yeah, definitely. And it's in a fucked up state. But, excuse me. However, it all starts from exactly where you're talking about, from a mental state. Mental state, man, because of these traumas and these tribulations that people have went through, man. It's left a lot of us fucked up. You know what I'm saying? With nowhere, a lot of people don't know where to turn to. So you giving an eye opener on how to kind of deal with some of these things and kind of addressing some of these issues with that, because you have to find your peace. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know how to find their peace. You know what I mean? So go ahead, man. Continue, man.
And yeah, because it's fucked up, really, because I'm gonna be honest with you. The old boy that you had up here, I like him, really. I really wanted to have a conversation with him. I really wanted to pick at his mind.
No, we gonna be on. We gonna be on again, man. We gonna kick this shit around. I'm gonna buzz in with you and get you up here like I'm got you up here right now by yourself type of thing. Hey, real, I didn't answer my line. I'm gonna get with you though. I'm gonna be on your line because I was doing this. So you chimed in. This is what we need to kick around. You know what I'm saying? Opening up people's mind. You know what I'm saying? Open up their sense to understand, so everybody can get a proper understanding. Start addressing certain things, and putting it out there on the forefront, so people can understand what's really going on. You know what I mean? So people can understand what needs to be done and how to get a little further to success and becoming a little more compatible with each other, because it's a big disconnect. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to chime in with you. I had hit you the other day to get you on here so you could chop some of this great shit that I know you behold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I got it.
So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
We're gonna do that more often.
No, for sure. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad. Yeah. I went from and that's what I
Yeah,
need. This is what I need. I don't need the P perspective right now. This is what I need because this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at in
yeah.
life right now. You know what I mean? Just trying to
Hey,
figure it out.
hey, listen, man. We all gotta dig through the trauma to get to the triumph. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because, success is just over the hill. You know what I mean? And to reach that, we got to get to know ourselves. Like they said, you can't help nobody else till you help yourself. You know what I mean? So it's simple. We make this shit so complex a lot of times, and when you need to just go back to the simplicity of things, where simplicity is key. You know
You
what I
you
mean? And it's a
you know
simple thing.
you know what the world what the world got in the habit of. See, the world, we've been programmed, bro. Everything is about
Absolutely.
programming. So the
Absolutely.
world, nobody puts in the effort to investigate. Nobody puts in the effort to find knowledge when knowledge is
Absolutely.
everything. So it's
Absolutely.
like,
It's trendy. It's trendy these days.
for a fact. So it's like you got to have the knowledge. Everything, everybody just wants to hear something and then just go off that and talk like that's what they know. Like, so I tell everybody in here, go learn about what chakras are. Go learn
Yeah.
about what a pineal gland is. Like, go
Yeah.
learn what these terms are and actually in actually look into them. Don't,
Yeah.
like, have an open mind. You've been
So you can
programmed.
open up your
Understand this.
third eye.
Really, we are the only race of people that were enslaved by a people and then still send our kids to be taught to the slave master.
Yeah, the
Still,
same
to this day.
individuals that. Yeah. It's a fucked up program.
And
Like
we
you
just
said
trust them
though,
with everything. They
it's
gave
been a
us our
design.
religion. They gave us everything.
It's been a design. You know what I mean? And I was telling it's crazy that you speak on that, because I was telling my young partner the other day, people focus on the white man, the white man, the white man. I get that. We know what the fucking problem is. Stop adhering and contributing to the fucking problem and start contributing to the solution. See, you found a solution within it. You know what I mean? So now, with you reaching out with that knowledge you ascertain, now you can you can reach different individuals. You know what I'm saying? You can reach, even if you reach one, he gonna reach or she gonna reach someone else. So then it's gonna open it up, so more and more people can start getting a better understanding that the trendy way and the zombie following is not what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, open up your pineal gland, get in there and understand you have a third eye, to understand that you need to buzz in to the godly within you. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll move a little different. You'll move a little better. You'll start invoking change in your life, and that's what it'll be. You know what I'm saying?
For a
So
fact.
what you saying is spot on, man. And this is why I know you got my hit the other day. You probably was busy, because you stay busy than a motherfucker, man.
No,
So I
really, I was on my
understand.
other page.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to buzz into both of them. I see now. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. I needed you to come on, and I'm gonna have you on again, and I may have you on with my partner Kold that just got off. You know what I mean? Because this is the networking that they need to see. You know what I mean? Amongst us, this is the networking that we need to continue and we need to have and kick it off somehow in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I've opened up the space for us to be able to do that. Network and really pick each other's brains for this information. You know what I'm saying? And get this shit
Absolutely.
so we all can tuck it in. So now, oh, your fort is over there, and they already behold all the information that you have. Now you bringing some more information that I got from you, and you taking it to your village. And now I can acquire the information from you and take that to my village for what we're missing. You know what I'm saying? So we can build like that, and it's the growth that we need like that to be able to gain who we are back. You know what I mean?
For
Because it's so fucking far gone that people think it ain't never gonna be able to come back in the play, and that's why everybody is moving how they moving. Oh man, I can't do nothing. What's one person gonna do? Nah, man, you don't understand, man. It takes that one person to do that to reach that second person, so y'all can grow into a bigger entity, a larger entity that can actually push and make a move and do something that's substantial. You know what I mean? But
no, for a
yeah,
fact.
go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. I just love this shit, man, and I'm glad that you chimed in on this shit, man, because you have a lot to give. You know what I mean? You have a lot to elaborate on. You got a lot to feel, people would. You know what I'm saying? So man, keep cooking, man. Keep
All
cooking,
right, let
man.
me
Keep
let me let me
thinking.
add one more thing.
No, keep
Because
cooking. You gotta add
okay,
10
I'm a
more
cook.
things. Keep
Okay, for
cooking.
sure. This is one thing that I've noticed, you know, it's been part of the programming and just from my research and just paying attention.
Yeah,
The world has diminished the feminine presence in it. And let me explain what I mean.
definitely.
Let me
Go
explain
ahead.
what I mean.
I'm here.
In
Yeah.
every field of life, the feminine energy is diminished. Let me
Right.
explain. You go in the Bible. What is the Bible going to tell you? The Bible's going to tell you Eve made Adam eat the Bible. It made him eat the apple, and it's the woman's fault. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? If you what we gonna do? Let's go to the game. Look at how much the game disrespects the let's talk. Or if we go to some street shit, the game. Look at how much
Come
it
on.
disrespects the hoe.
It coincides with life. It
It
coincides with
coincides.
life.
It
Yeah, come
coincides
on.
with life. And
The game
so
is life. The game is life, man. So
now
everything coincides. So speak
now
on it.
now let's talk about another feminine energy that's been forgotten about. And
Uh-huh.
that's the universal feminine energy. What is the universal feminine energy? What do we call it? We call it Mother Nature,
Right. Right.
right? Mother
Right.
Nature. That goes everything to do with plants, trees, the sun, the moon, the
Life.
stars, the clouds, the water, the oceans. Like it goes that, and these are feminine energies that have been forgotten about and stepped on. We've all surrendered to God as a man, and we call him Father.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so where's the woman? Where's the female? Basically the world's been taught that the woman is nothing.
Right. 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 Right.
When really, let's really break it down and let's really talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is the creator, was the very first creator of
Mm-hmm.
amongst humans. She is the every human being comes from the woman. How do you downplay the woman?
Yeah, it's
If
no way.
you
It's
were
no
taught
way.
that from birth when you were told that God was a man.
Yeah. Yeah, type shit.
Who the fuck made
Type
God a
shit.
man? You were taught that from birth when the Bible told you God made man first and then made woman from his rib.
Right. Them entities that came and got together in that group in that committee and made the books.
So for real. And I only
Yeah,
I,
yeah. At the same time, I can't. You would have to elaborate for me in that sense. You know what I mean? In that sense, uh, because
basically when I'm
I still think in my life, as being a leader in the leadership role that I take on, I want that feminine energy around me. Yet I don't necessarily want that feminine energy in me. So I believe I am the lead and the head. So explain that to me on
okay,
what you mean. Is that negating that, or is that dismissing that,
what
or
what I, what I
what is that doing?
what I mean by that is this. What I mean
Uh-huh.
by that is this. You're absolutely correct. Okay, you don't want that feminine energy in you because why? Because we're full of masculine energy.
Masculine.
Okay,
Right.
that's
And
right.
the world
So
has
when
become masculine now because they've designed it for everybody to be masculine. And there cannot
exactly.
be two masculines in a vicinity and make it work and collaborate. It has to be a masculine and a feminine when we talking relationship wise or building with a man and a woman. That's
All
what.
right.
But go ahead so you can elaborate. I just needed to get that out.
I'm glad you said that because with the design and the creation of this world, everything was created in the duality. It's the
Mm-hmm.
duality in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just to elaborate so everybody understands what duality means.
Right.
Duality means where there's hot, there's cold, where there's left, there's right, where there's up, there's down, where there's man, there's
Right.
woman. The duality.
Right. The yin and the yang, pretty much. But yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you are a masculine energy filled with masculine energy, the only thing that can balance you is the
Feminine.
female energy.
Absolutely.
So
I totally
it's not to come into you, it's to appreciate the fact that that's the only thing that can balance you.
Right. That's the only thing that's relatable. It resonates. It resonates.
Fact,
Absolutely.
because your design was made to fit. We can't
Absolutely.
think of a life with only hot water, never cold.
Right. Oh yeah. It's nah. There needs balance. Balance is in everything. It's definitely balance conducts order. So
So
yeah.
if balance is in everything and we understand the duality, then okay, the duality to God. That's the masculine. They portray that to be the masculine energy. Where's the female energy though?
like they said, Mother Earth, like you said. Yet I don't. You got to give me some clarity, elaborate, so I will be able to
So
respond.
what? So basically, people should start doing research.
Hmm.
There are connections in the earth to you. There are connections in the sun to you. There are connections in the trees to you. There are connections to you and everything around you.
It's that
You're,
energy that you're speaking about.
it's that consciousness that can't be broken. That
Hmm.
infinite consciousness. Everything is a living organism. Trees die, flowers die. If you grow a yard of tomatoes, if you don't do it right, they die, or they grow and
Hmm.
they live. That means that's a living organism.
Correct.
That living organism has a consciousness.
Right.
Now,
Right.
if the consciousness is infinite and it's unbreakable,
Hmm.
it does not separate. Then that means that that is a part of the connection.
Yeah.
It's a part of the connection, and
Yeah.
it's a part of the connection that people fail to look at.
To realize. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
okay,
get
I'm gonna
that.
give you an example. I'm gonna give you an
Okay.
example. I was just watching something that said try it, and it said try it, and I actually tried it. It said next time you feel it, go to the bathroom. Go to the
My
bathroom.
my guy said,
Go.
really
Hey,
out of
it
there.
said it said
I was about to say something. It said try it. It said try it. So I
on,
tried it.
on my mama. It said the
Yeah.
next time that you it said the next time you in grass or something, take your shoes
Yeah.
and your socks off and let your feet just be in the grass for a little minute.
Connect with the earth. Connect. I was already thinking that when you said that, because that's where that energy comes in. You have to ascertain that every once in a while. You have to get your feet planted on the earth to ascertain that connection that you're talking about. I definitely,
For sure.
I'm with you on that. Take your socks and shoes off and put your feet in the earth. Put your feet in the grass, not the concrete, in the grass, the actual earth. Yeah.
And that it was it bro, it can control your energy. It can dictate your
Yep.
energy.
It's supposed to, because it's supposed to decharge to recharge you. Correct.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Getting that bad energy out, that negativity, because it's always in a charge. It's a negative and a positive. So
Yep.
it's sucking that bad energy out to replenish you. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm on your wavelength, man. Keep kicking that shit, because this is what's needed, And how do you look at? And I stay using other words besides feel, because I'm trying to get away from a lot of people saying I feel like, because a lot of people lead with feelings instead of leading on a reality aspect, because everybody are not in tune with themselves to get control of their feelings. So I try to detour and steer away from saying, hey, how do you feel about this? Because it's really not about how you feel. It's about more about what you know. You know what I mean? We can deal with the feeling aspect after we deal with the reality. Because a lot of times feelings make people see illusions and things like that. Just in my opinion, you know what I mean? And my experience from what I've been watching and what I've been through. So how do you look at the world today as it is right now, with so many with it being, to me, I'm gonna use topsy turvy, with it being an exchange or a change in masculine and feminine energy, because a lot of times now you see more females being more masculine than you see the males being. You know what I'm saying? So what do you
Facts.
think that's a play on? What do you think? Because I know all in all, it's a design. You know what I mean? It's a design that way for people to get more away from themselves than they know. You know what I mean? It's being taught and being rammed and implemented and everything, incorporated and embedded in your head on a psychological level every single day, whether people pay attention and know it or not. So how do you look at that? What's your approach to that? And what do you think got it like that in the first place? And what do you think will be able to transform that? I think you already kind of spoke on, being one with yourself. Yet I want you to elaborate on that, to give some people a something else to consume about that. Real. The shit went out. Hello, my man. Shit probably went out. God damn it. Real. Damn, I think your shit went out. Hopefully he'll jump back in a minute, man, unless his phone run or something, man. But yeah, I see you. What's actually happening? Good shit, Chief. For sure, man. Good looking out, family. Fuck your feelings type of thing. You know what it is. All right. That's because the males are not around. True, definitely. The women dress out boys then post a pic. Yes, it's a terrible thing on that note. You know, that's something I won't be able to understand. All they know is fashion and nothing else. Yeah, I think I believe that, you know, social media and these trends and everything got everybody, you know, mixed up and twisted, and they trying to follow the Joneses, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses and everything else that's going around and going on instead of keeping up with reality, you know. And I think that's playing a big part in our demise. That's playing a big part in our demise right now, you know. And once we get a grip and a grasp on that, we'll be able to move forward. You know, we'll be able to have dialogue instead of having disrespect. Instead of having arguments, we'll be able to have dialogue. You know, that's my true belief. If we be able to address the issues and the problems that are going on, you know, we'll be able to deal with the shit a little better. You know what I mean? If we start dealing with our feelings ourselves and not placing the blame on how we feel on others, you know, and gain some self-control, because that's the best kind of control, instead of letting someone else tug on our heartstrings or our feelings or play with our feelings and emotions because we allow them to. You know, I believe that we'll be able to get down to the nitty gritty of certain situations and be able to come to a mutual understanding when it comes down to, you know, having dialogue with someone else instead of having those disagreements. You know what I mean? Instead of having so much conflict, you know, understanding where the other individual is coming from by being patient with our communication. You know what I mean? Being patient with our reception of what they're saying instead of being hastily and just going off the rails, instead of listening to the message that they have to give or the presentation of their message. We go off the rails and think it's disrespectful, and we're not listening to the message. We're not understanding actually what they're saying because we're moving off our feelings on how we felt about what they said, and not saying, hey, is what they're saying the truth? You know what I mean? So that's a lot to do with it from my perspective. But real, you back in there? What, you had a phone call or?
Nah. My bad, really. I had to get at these people. I had to get
Oh,
at
okay.
these people playing games. Yeah, I had to mute
Everything
it.
smooth? Yeah. All right, I'm like, man, I was trying to wait for you to elaborate. I'm like, where you go, man? So fuck it. I got to talk to the people by myself. Fuck it. We gonna do that. You
I'm
know what I
glad you
mean?
kept it going, too.
Yeah, we gonna do that from time to time. That's how it's gonna be, how it's supposed to be, man. We
Nah,
gonna keep it live. But yeah, where did we leave off, man? If you could remember, because I showed them started talking
we was.
and missed
Hold on.
that.
Give me literally
Yeah.
one more second real quick, really. One more second.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Hey, man, if y'all need to chime in, man. Hey, Harvey been chiming in, man. You want to jump on the joint or what? Speak on it. Let me know if you want to jump on the joint. I need to put a freshener in there, so y'all got to excuse me for that. I don't normally be chewing no gum on the joint, but I need a freshener in there right now, you know? And kicking this shit around. And
Yo.
I don't need to be chewing. Yeah, I don't need to be kicking this shit around, literally. Hey,
Yeah.
what's that? What's that, really?
Okay, so okay, I got one more question. One more question
Go
that I
ahead.
just want to ask you.
I told you you can have 12 more.
Let me think of the best way to phrase this question. The best way to phrase this. You believe in heaven and hell, real?
I can't say like I said, you know. I said earlier, I believe that heaven is within, you know, not necessarily an actual place. Now, I'm at a tug of war with that. Due to the things that I've been through in life and due to the things that I've seen. So I believe wholeheartedly we live in a spiritual world. Now, I don't know beyond this if there's a good place or a bad place. You know, so I cannot truly say that. You know what I mean? I have to do my due diligence on doing some more research and seeking out that type of information to be able to ascertain that answer for that question. You know, so I cannot give you a true yes or no on there. You know what I mean? So if that would be of clarity for your question, you know what
Do
I
you
mean? If
believe
you
in
can
life after
accept that,
death?
that's what I'm saying. I can't. Now I believe that
Do you
the
believe in
spirit.
reincarnation?
Look, now I believe the spirit goes somewhere. Now I do not know if the spirit reincarnates itself, regenerates through another individual or not. That is something that I haven't, like I said, I haven't did enough research, and I would have to go back to the drawing board when you asking me that question, so I can ascertain that answer in its rightful state for you.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
That's what I just answered that. I believe in a spiritual being leaving the body. You know what I mean? I believe we are spiritual. At the same time, I cannot tell you where the spirit goes. If it regenerates
No,
itself through another
that's
human
not
being,
reincarnation, though, really.
reincarnation is through another human being, the spirit coming back within a different form, correct?
Well, yeah, basically being born again in another body
Oh, that's what
after
I'm
you
saying.
die.
Whether it be another human or it be a living being, whether it be a tree, a bird, or any of the state, any of the sort, you know, I wouldn't be able to truthfully answer that, and I don't want to negate your question. At the same time, I have not done as much research as you on that area, so I would have to flip that in its formation back to you, because I
You
cannot fully,
sharp.
yeah, I cannot fully shoot that. You know, this is what we do, man. This ain't no playground shit. You know, we come from it. So, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to, you know what I mean, playground with the shit, you know, because we don't play around with the shit. Yet, you know, I give you the straightforward answer on me not being able to answer that, because I don't have a full on understanding of that yet. You know what I mean? I do plan to ascertain that information though, so I will be able to answer your question at a later date. At the same time, I have to put the interview on you and ask you to answer that. Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe in a hell or a heaven? And do you not believe that hell or heaven is within? Because I believe in hell on earth too, within yourself, or I believe in heaven on earth within yourself. That is a definite belief of mine. Yet after this afterlife, I have not spoken to anyone that has been to the afterlife in a human being form. You know, I've had spiritual conversations and been able to see spiritual beings. So I believe it's the spiritual world and it's spiritual warfare at the same time. That, yes, I do believe. You know, I've seen good spirits and bad spirits, so I definitely do believe that.
Do you think that you've been here before, or do you believe that this is your first life?
That is hard. That is hard. That is hard. Now look, I can hey. Now that one, I could kind of be an imbalance on the fence for you for there. Now with the information that I've had and the brain that I've had this long, along this whole journey, I believe I may have been here before. You know what I'm saying? I believe because of the things that pass my brain and my thinking cavity, if you will. It's astonishing to me at times. You know, on how did you pick that up? How are you able to fathom those thoughts or that creativity or the things that you do? How can you foresee certain things? So yeah, I can say that possibly. So maybe that is reincarnation. Maybe maybe it's not. But the thought of is, you know, yeah.
Okay,
That
so
I've been here before. So yeah, I guess in a way, well, not I guess. It seems in a way to be, yeah, reincarnation is real.
so let me ask you this: Have you ever?
Hold on, before you ask that, ask that, or there's a spiritual being that has been walking with me that has been here before and guided my structure and guided my path. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's how I ascertain the foresight to some of these situations and some of these things. Maybe that what may be the case as well. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying? So go ahead on what you were gonna ask, if that gave you some sort of clarity right there on asking your question, but not all the way answering your question.
For sure.
All
Because
right.
it's a lot of little shit. Go start your workout, bro. Grab 2 dumbbells and start on arms. I'll be in there after I get done smoking. Grab the dumbbells and just start on. Just walk straight in, bro. That's all you gotta do. Download the app on your phone. Or then just sign in and pull the app up and show it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so because this is like little shit I've been paying attention to, right? Because I've been.
Hey, hey, you so smooth. I believe you bypassed the question.
What? Which one?
The heaven and hell, the reincarnation. I believe you did, sir. I need you to get back to that before you ask your question.
No.
Oh, yeah, brought them sharps. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, how about it? How about it, sir? Yeah. What they used to say, they still may say, hey, bust a bitch and get back around, come back around and get to that real quick for me.
Hey, you funny. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. My
Make a
question.
U-turn for you squares, for the squares. That's make a
Nah,
U-turn when we say bust a bitch.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My answer,
Yeah.
my question is
Uh-huh.
half-assed. My answer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, what all I was gonna say is, it's gonna make sense right now. Basically, what I was gonna say is, have you ever thought or put any extra thought into? We all got homies, we all got homies that's in jail. We all, we've been there, done it. Okay, boom. Have you ever wondered why a nigga can go to jail and the judge can say, I'm gonna give you 200 years plus 5 life sentences? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Do they really expect you to die 5 times in jail and then come back to life 6 times, and then that's when they're going to say, okay, you can go home? So if you weren't going to do that, why didn't you just say life? Why did you say 5 life sentences?
Now is that a mental construct or a
Is
mental
is
constraint?
it is it or
That's
did you or is this a ritual and you just
it's
sentenced me to in 5 different lifetimes?
eternity, pretty much. To not come back a few times. That's a cold way to
No,
look at
no,
that, boy.
no, 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 not to not come back, but when you do
No, I
come
mean
back
when
in
you
your
do
next
come back,
life,
yeah,
at some
yeah.
point in time, you're going to get life again.
No, you still got this constraint for so long when you do develop the reincarnation or the get back. I'm gonna call it to simplify it, the get back to this is another mental constraint that I'm gonna put on your life. This is
Right.
another on your spiritual realm. This is another one. Yeah, yeah. This is a bondage again. I get it. That's a cold way to look at it.
So what I'm saying is, what if they do know something we don't know?
Absolutely, I believe it.
How you
I
sentence a
believe it.
nigga to 300 years and ain't nobody ever lived to be 300 years old?
Yeah, type shit. What's
Or do
happening with
y'all
your good
know
looking out?
something?
Yeah, that's
Or do y'all know something
no
we don't know?
because the spiritual realm is real, and like I said, spiritual warfare is real too. So when you were telling people to get in tune, I'm all too far familiar with being in tune in the spiritual world, though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely some. See, a lot of people may think that certain things don't have anything to do with them. You know what I'm saying? I was speaking to another really earlier today, and people need to get in touch and in tune with these things because they don't understand how certain situations that may be so far from you can still affect you. You know what I'm saying? Let me just speak on this, like war in other countries, right? How the war in other countries can affect you, your bottom line, your family, your well-being, everything about you. Yet a lot of people don't pay it no mind because they think that what they're doing in their everyday life, that won't affect them. That's so far from them. Yet it affects gas prices. It affects the way they eat, they feed their family every day. So things like this need to be attended to. It needs some form of attention to it, so you can understand how you need to be maneuvering too, and get a great understanding on how the world connection works. Like you saying, energy and everything is everywhere, and all this shit is pretty much transferable. You know what I'm saying? How this shit affects everything. How one thing affects another in all cases, pretty much. Well, go ahead. What you do? Mute up again?
Hey, it's crazy too, because I was just talking right now on mute and didn't even know I was on mute. I'm glad you said something.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Spit that shit. Run that shit back. Run that shit back. What were you saying, man? Run that shit back. That.
Hold on. What was we just touching on right now?
We were touching on the how everything affects everything and how it comes back. You know, they really need to get an understanding of this, how they, you know, we were talking about the spiritual world pretty much. You know, yet how I branched off and said how one thing affects another, and people don't pay attention to this because it's so far from their state of mind, or so far from their everyday life, that they don't think that this will affect them, and they don't think they have to pay attention to it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's fact.
Speak on it.
Understand
Elaborate. I know you about to get to your workout and shit, so I ain't gonna keep you too much longer, but just know that you definitely have to chime in, because this is only a bit and a piece of what we gonna cover and where we at right now, because I'm just doing this to get ready to charge up for the podcast. You know what I mean? Which you definitely gonna be a repeat guest.
Nah, for sure. Cause I got some. I could touch on. We could go topics. I pride myself on being educated everywhere.
Yeah, type shit. That's
I got a very strong perspective.
Yeah, covering realms, man. This is what motherfuckers really do, and this intellectual conversation. And you know, it may be on some other shit. You know, at the same time, you might not be able to get it. You might not be able to get it, but you need to be picking it up. You know what I'm saying? Pick up this shit, man. He said, he drifted out conversation. Hey, he said you drifted out of the conversation. How you talking to yourself and shit? Yeah.
Nah, look. Nah. Look, this is what it be. See, look. Let me clarify that, because a lot of people say that about me. And look, this is the thing. The thing about me is I'm just not rude, right?
Yeah.
So if I be having shit going on, instead of saying, hold on, I'll just mute the phone real quick. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to kill your energy and your vibration just because I got hella shit going on. I'm going to just hit the mute button real quick. I'm going to let you stay on your path.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be right back.
Yeah. I said I'm going to be right back. Say yeah. I agree with that, man. The courtesy. Hey, how courteous of you.
Yeah. And the fucked up part about it, hey, it's crazy because I be trying not to be rude and it be viewed as being rude.
Nah, but hey, man, I can respect it, man. That was very courteous of you. You know what I'm saying? The courtesy is here, man. That's respect. Yeah, man. But yeah, I know you probably about to work out with your youngin', man. So you know, if you want to tune back in and let me know something, so we can do this shit again, whether it be tonight or whether it be later on tomorrow or whatever the case may be, we can definitely kick this shit around again. Like I told my partner, tomorrow we're gonna speak on to start off. The topic may be fuck your feelings, so we can get on feelings and what I mean, because I always tell people fuck their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they don't even care about their feelings, and at the same time in the world, they don't give a fuck about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So stop leading with the emotions and your feelings, and start leading with the reality, logic, and the knowledge and understanding that you have instead of that. And then that will help you deal with your feelings on how to get a grip on your feelings without spewing your feelings on everybody else. You know, we're gonna talk about expectation and acceptance too tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely want you to come on, chime in, man. Even on your spiritual journey, I love this shit. On your original regular form, I love this shit. You got a lot to give and a lot to spew on people. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to come gracious with your presence too. Once again, you know what I'm saying? And because this enlightenment, man, a lot of people need this enlightenment. you know, from so many angles, you don't understand. Even if it just reached one, you know, a lot of people are jotting these notes down. A lot of people are taking mental notes. A lot of people are seeking out how to ascertain the information that you giving them. You know what I'm saying? How to seek out that peace and that understanding of self. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
this was great, really. This was great.
For
Yet
sure.
you've already exercised this game on them. So go ahead, get your exercise on, my man, Ski, and buzz back in when you're ready, man.
That's a fact. All right, really.
All right, man. I love you, man. You be smooth.
All right, love you too, real.
All right, now. Amen.
All
Hey,
right.
y'all, what's going on? What's going on, man? Who else want to buzz in, man? Who is that? Who is that? Let me get y'all on there. Hold on. Answer this joint, man. Hold on. Who is that? Hey, ask to stay down. Ask to come on the joint. Let me see. Let's see who else on here, man. You gotta come up. Hey, what's going on with it?
What's going on,
Turn
bro? I'm
turn
passenger
it,
right
turn
now.
the slow down. Turn the
No,
slow
I'm
jams
riding
down.
passenger with the music going. You hear me? Huh?
Yeah. You in there? You two in there doing massages, being a masseuse? What you?
No, I'm riding
What
passenger seat, man. I'm
what you
headed somewhere.
doing,
I'm headed out for a lovely evening, big bro. You hear me? I'm on my
man?
way to a
Okay,
lovely
man. That's
evening
it.
by treat of a lovely lady. That's
Absolutely.
all.
Well, congrats, man, and
Hey,
do your
hey,
thing, man. Enjoy
hey,
your night,
big
even
bro.
if you
Hey,
do
big
end
bro.
up being a masseuse at the end of the night. Speak on it. What's up?
Nah.
What's happening? I'm just
I was
messing
just
with you.
gonna double back on some of the shit y'all was talking about, bro. You and bro was on here really talking about some high scientifics, just about spirituality and duality and being grounded in in the true knowledge and understanding of self. Like those are the key aspects to flourishing in anything, you know. Like those are the
Definitely,
key aspects. It's definitely all cerebral, and once you kind of
definitely.
master that and you can hone in on that and you can isolate yourself and get in tune with yourself spiritually and you understand the
Hmm.
way that your energy works and how to build that energy and then transmute that energy into something productive or whatever you can visualize for yourself, that's when you'll manifest
Def-
it. Because like I said, it's all
Definitely.
cerebral. Everything is a byproduct of the mind. Everything starts within the mind. If you can't see yourself catching a touchdown pass, you're not going to catch a touchdown pass. But in the process of
Absolutely
that, you
not.
also have to put the work forward.
Listen, man. What you said and elaborated on is exactly what we was on, and that was perfect. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people make life so fucking complex, man. It's crazy, homie. When the simple
Right,
things can get you where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
right,
always stress simplicity is key, because
right.
this is a vital goal, a vital tool that we learned when we were just kids in elementary school, but a lot of us didn't take to it like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of us go
Absolutely.
through a certain things,
Wheels on the bus go round and
excuse
round.
me,
They've been
trials and
teaching you about
tribulations
karma.
and so many distractions. Yeah, but not only that, but that is definitely a good issue, a good topic right there, because karma is a motherfucker. At the same time, belief is a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about religious belief.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about that belief in self. That old school shit that I just said
Absolutely.
earlier is the simplicity when you were in elementary school and you read about the little engine that could. You know what I'm saying? That's
Absolutely.
the secret to life. That's I think I
Absolutely.
can, so I can. I think I can make it up
Absolutely.
that hill, make it over that
Absolutely.
obstacle, make it through these speed
Absolutely.
bumps. You know what I'm saying? And if you think you
Absolutely.
can't, you're fucking right. Either way it is, I think I can or I think I can't, you're right. If that's what you think, you're fucking
You're
absolutely right.
absolutely right.
You know
As
what I
a man
mean?
thinketh, yeah, I am that I am. So
So
if you
shall he
condition
be.
exactly, if you condition the mental and the subconscious with that, those that's gonna be what's gonna come forth in your reality, as opposed to like you said, when you feed the mind, when you feed the mind foods that vitalize the mind, you'll get
Right.
those type of results. Those type of results come into fruition, and then on the contrary, what people don't realize is the mind operates a certain way, and the mind is sending a certain electromagnetic frequency out into the universe, and your body is encapsulated by something that's giving off that energy to where other people can feel it. You know, you ever walk in the room, big bro, and you be like, man, this nigga's like a weirdo, or this nigga looks miserable, or he, you know, you can feel their energy.
Hey, listen, this is why I play when I talk about feelings and I say fuck your feelings. I do not mean your intuition or your instinct. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your instinct for a male and your intuition for a female. I do not mean to dismiss or negate your natural instinct. Because if a situation feels eerie when you walk into a room, then you know in the pit of your spirit, not just your feelings, in the pit of your spirit, that this situation isn't right. I need to vacate. I need to get up out of here. Whatever it is, you fucking a female fucking with a dude, and this situation is eerie. My intuition telling me don't fuck with him, don't hang out with him. Your intuition is definitely right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you come with a fucked up situation. Your instinct tell you, hey man, I'm going to do a deal, and this deal this shit ain't right. I don't feel right about this shit. That's your instinct telling you, hey man, vacate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you need to, and without having that connection within self, you won't be able to
activate on that. Exactly.
You won't be able to pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, big bro.
No, you got it.
Touching on some heavy shit, like just as far as like being it because it's one thing, you know, to have that happen, but you have to be in tune with the creator and with self. You have to be in tune with the creator and self to be able to recognize the cues. You know what I mean? Because the creator is going to speak to you through signs, through not even just necessarily signs and symbols, because signs and symbols can be somebody who's coming to message or administer the word, or who may be on this frequency to come and to position yourself and put whatever you need to see or whatever you need to know in front of you. But you have to be ready to receive that information.
Absolutely. You got to be in position.
You have to be in position to receive it.
Listen, position is everything. I spoke on that the other day, man. Position is 9/10 of the law, 9/10 of the game, not possession. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in the right position to obtain all the right possessions.
Facts.
Go ahead. Speak on it. You was about to say something. Speak on it.
No, big bro. I was gonna say you kicking some shit around. I got this music going in the background, and I just had Norris buzz in on me. But it's
tell him
right?
I said what's happening. Tell him I said what's happening.
For sure, big bro. Hey, we was reminiscing. We was talking about when they thought Silk was doing bad, big bro. When you was been in the corner and had sax going. You know what I mean? And we young, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Big bro got a sack, we gonna get it, because you was always who we looked to. You get it? We was in the studio across the street from the King, and pulling up in there and seeing you. You know what I'm saying? In the big old truck with the big floppies and this AOB. You know what I'm saying? Really righteously pushing, character and conduct intact. So, you know, we always have a good laugh about you here and there. And, you know, me and bro really chop it, but I'm gonna definitely let you know. He had just buzzed in on me like twice. But look, real quick before I get off with you, big bro. So what, you got a podcast or something going? What you got going?
Yeah, man, I got a podcast coming up, man, and this is what I'm really exercising. So when I get in there, I can be in full stride, right? So, you know, just like you were speaking on, man, I've been the man behind the camera, opposed to being the man in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying?
For a long time.
I've made myself, real life. I made myself fearful of being in front of this camera, even though I know I can do that. I can be that. You know what I mean? I'm not photogenic. I'm not any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yet at the same time, I gotta exercise this shit so I can put this out here, because I can't reach all the young homies. I can't reach everybody that needs. I can't go to the turf and hang out with every young homie and all this shit. Yet I can spill this shit on here,
big bro. You've already transcended. There's levels, bro. You've already transcended certain things to where you got a civic duty, and this is the way that you're gonna exercise and spread that information, and you know what I mean, to be able to carry out your civic duty, big bro.
Well, there it is. There.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Sure.
I appreciate that, man. This is definitely that was exactly what I was gonna say. You hit the right button. That's exactly where I was coming at with the shit. So I'm trying to reach, you know, the masses first. My folks, my people, my loved ones first need to be able to get this game, get this understanding that, you know, a lot of people feel, fuck what they feel. a lot of people think that they don't have no other options. They don't have no way out. At the same time,
Absolutely.
you know where I came from. You know what I was about because I came from the same streets and the same shit you came from.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there's opportunity for us. We just got to learn how to get out our own way and grab at it to have at it. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
that's the thing that I'm trying to push. That's the understanding I'm trying to give, so people can get in tune with themselves, like the Relly just said, and people can start reaching for that success that they deserve.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then you got to remember, me, not to cut you off, big bro.
No, you got it.
Me and Eric been watching y'all manifest for a long time, back when Pops was alive. You know what I'm saying? Taking those
Absolutely.
Vegas
And that
trips
was
and
my
sitting up
dude.
under June, sitting up under
Yeah.
RC. Me having the opportunity to see you in the turf. You know, me and Norris really having that good opportunity to just be around creators and leaders in the community. Like, the real leaders are the creators, the people who
Right.
like, you know, embark on their own journeys and set out on a different path. Like, everybody was already heavily entrenched in the tribalism, and you had already been there. And okay, right, got it. You had already been there and pretty much conquered those aspects, and then figured it out, and then distinguished yourself and jumped in a whole nother lane. You know what I mean?
Most
To be honest,
definitely. I
within the
appreciate that.
community,
Wow.
you're really the reason why getting money and really involving yourself in the game and getting down on something and having your hands out to advance is really popular, at least within the city.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be honest.
Definitely.
Like, we can't take away from that, because these are actual factual events. So I've been watching you create and manifest the reality and the lifestyle that you've always envisioned for yourself for a long time, and I've been taking notes. You know, so it's just an honor and a pleasure to even be able to exercise my game with you and my level of understanding with you at this point. So you already know, bro, I got to get on here, big bro.
I appreciate that,
talk
homage,
about
man.
it.
Y'all don't understand. Every time somebody speaks on that and says that, man, it means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because that's my whole my whole push. That's the whole purpose for my push. It's for people to take to it and take from it. You know what I mean? And I don't mean in a negative motive type of way, but take from it in a positive light, and an understanding that, hey, man, we can do shit. I ain't never did nothing. I've never been in shit for self. I've always tried to reach other individuals, whether it was young homies, older homies, whoever it was, loved ones, my family, my friend, everybody. I tried to reach and try to give a piece of something else. Not stating that I'm the biggest motherfucker or I got all the game and I got all the knowledge and none of that shit. But what I do have, you know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot about everything, but I know a little bit about a lot of things. And what I do have, I try to give it to everybody that I can give it to whereas, hey, man, it will never be a situation that you're going to have a piece of game for, that you'll be able to get yourself out of shit, you'll be able to get yourself into the right shit, and you'll have the successes that you need and that you want. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm headed to, and I want to bring you with me, and I got to give you this to bring you with me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know everybody can't go or everybody won't go, at the same time, that's neither here nor there, because that's not my focus. You know what I'm saying? Who want to go, I'm going to give you what you need to get there. You know what I mean? You just got to utilize it and put the effort forth. Yet it sounds like you at your destination, man. So I ain't gonna hold you too long, man. I appreciate you chiming in too, man, and it's definitely a pleasure and much respect, and I so appreciate that. You know what I mean?
You already know, big bro. I took that 12 on the chin, sat down, strengthened myself mentally and spiritually, and now I'm just out here, you know, just working to put myself in a position to manifest my reality. And I would be Yeah, I got it. I would be deceiving you, myself, and everybody else if I even attempted to present it like it's, you know, like it's just an easy feat or an easy task. But at the same time, knowing the mental capacity and the spiritual capacity that I have within self, and knowing my ability to create and sharing within that same creative energy that we're all a byproduct of. The only factors that, you know, that can pretty much hinder you from creating and living a lifestyle well worth having or living is you. I've watched people create it. I watched you. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've watched you involve yourself in just numerous things. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, being the first older homie in tech with the range, to just, you know, just hearing the feats, to just hearing, you know what I mean, in regards to the barbecue and just different spreads of the hustle, man. You've been keeping it going, and you've been manifesting and creating. You know what I mean? Somebody who truly know how to knows how to take one and turn it into two, and take two and turn it into four. And you
Yeah,
touched on something. You were saying this game is life, and life is this game, and that's what it's about. Like
most definitely.
that's what it's about. Like, so I just, I want to commend you for being a pillar of example continuously, man, because it's a lot of these niggas that that don't make it to see the cutter. It's a lot of these cats that start out one way, and then at some point within their journey they take that back route or that back road and they fold up, and it's just like
Yeah,
it's sad because
definitely. Oh, I
there's not
know.
leaders left for people within the community to be able to say, well, that's big bro, and his jacket is in whatever endeavor he steps in, it's all the way through and through. It's clean, like
Yeah, I tell a motherfucker all the time, ain't no smut on my cup. You know what I'm
at
saying?
all.
Don't get it fucked up. Ain't no
In
smut
any
on
way,
my cup.
in any way, shape, or form.
Real
But
shit, real shit,
it's
man.
been
I
a pleasure.
appreciate that. Absolutely, likewise, man. Well, do your thing, man, and we gonna chime in later on. We gonna chime in again.
Man,
Much
absolutely,
appreciated.
big bro. Wait, man, I'm gonna
Yes,
lock in
sir.
with your page too and follow you. I just seen we ain't even locked in. I don't know how that's possible. On
Yeah,
Jade, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how that's
Definitely do
possible.
that. The chopping
Yeah,
block is
I just
coming
did it right
soon.
now.
I'm putting it together right now. It's called the chopping block.
Absolutely,
That's the podcast.
absolutely,
We're gonna do
absolutely.
everything from finance to romance, from games to recipes and everything in between,
Yeah,
like I said before. You know what I mean?
absolutely,
So yeah,
absolutely.
chime in. Do your
All
thing,
right,
man. Enjoy
all right.
yourself and be safe, man. Be
You
smooth.
already know. You already know. Much
All right.
love and respect, big bro. Love you, family.
All the time, likewise. All right
100.
now. Love you
Down.
too. In a minute. Yeah. Harvey. Hey Harvey. What's happening? Where you at, family? Harsh reality with love, you right? What's going on? Yeah, man, we had some great conversation today, man. I hope y'all took the tidbits, you know what I mean? Whether y'all gathered a little bit or gathered a lot, I hope y'all got something from it that you can apply to your life, you know what I mean? And or your situations, you know, whether it be long term or short term, you know. We're gonna start kicking it about business on here too. And I said business, but business on here too. We just got out the business. But however, we're gonna talk about all kind of things, man. This is what this channel is gonna be about. You know, the Chopping Block podcast coming soon. You know, we on here having a couple silky sessions at a time. You know, and we're gonna chop up everything, man. You're gonna be able to take from it some good advice, some good news you can use. Definitely some knowledge you can acquire in college, and hopefully you be successful with it. You know, you utilize the tools in the right fashion to whereas you can be successful with it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Though for those who chimed in too, questions, everything, man. I appreciate it, man, and it's a good look. And stay tuned in, man. We're gonna stay intriguing you with different people coming on stage. You know what I'm saying? Different great individuals that have been through it to get to it. You know, individuals that really got some knowledge from experience, knowledge from triumph, and trauma and triumph, should I say, and going through trial and error to get to it. You know what I mean? So you can take your situation, apply it to their situation because it may be similar, it may be exact same, or it may be different. Yet, you know, you can still utilize the information that they have to give. You know what I mean? So stay tuning in with us, man. Stay getting with us. Stay getting with us. Only the righteous. Who is this? Let's see. What's happening? Did you press the join?
Peace,
What's going
peace,
on?
peace.
What's happening with you, boss? I gotta see who you are. Who is
Hold
you?
on, hold on, bro. It's dark. 1 second, bro.
Uh,
I'm in Detroit and shit. We got a little power outage going on right now, bro. So let me borrow one of them real quick. Let me borrow this real quick. Holla, Tommy. Hey, man, you right,
yeah,
bro. People got to
yeah,
understand helping people reflect on the same situations and help people outcome. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
touching
Absolutely.
bases with people is the strongest thing. Connection and communication to help a long way, bro.
Man, they don't
And
understand it sometimes. Definitely.
and
I
me coming
agree.
from a young nigga, bro, like that been behind the walls, you know what I'm saying, been in the streets and gang banging shit, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, man, that shit is cool, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying, like that shit
Yeah.
has good and bad energy at the same time, but it
Yeah.
depends on how you channel that shit, for real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is a stepping stone, man. You know, a lot of people gonna go through it at the same time. It's gotta be purposeful. You gotta have intent when you do it, man, so you can use it as a stepping stone to your success. You know what I mean? So definitely, definitely, man. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, man, I just want to put my 2 cents in real quick, man. I
That's
got
right.
like I said, I'm in Detroit with it, man. We got a little power hours going on all around the city and shit. So,
Oh shit, man. I hope they turn the lights on that joint in a minute, man. You know, so your situation can be smooth. You know what I mean?
oh
I
yeah, man.
appreciate you
So,
chiming in.
oh,
I,
all we
I
can do is
appreciate
be.
you chiming in.
Oh yeah, man. All the time, and I watch you a lot, bro. I watch you a lot.
Good
So
looking out.
I'm gonna
Say
keep
that.
tapping in. I'm
I'm
gonna keep tapping in. Peace, God,
yeah,
man. Everybody have a good day, man. Holla.
absolutely. I'm gonna start following you, man. I appreciate that, man. For real. Good
All
looking
the
out,
time.
man. Stay tuning in, man. We gonna stay kicking this shit around. Stay tuning in.
I'm on you.
All right. All right. You be
Uh,
smooth, man.
oh yeah,
Much
stay
appreciated.
dangerous, bro.
Absolutely. You too, as well. Yes, sir. Hey, who is that? The eight? The chef? What's going on? Kick that shit around with me, Chef Strings. Get in there, young. Relly. Get in there. I was about to call you Young Relly and shit. You ain't no goddamn Young Relly. Get in there, Relly. What's going on, Sean? What's happening with you, Relly? Kick this shit. Get on here, man. Chef Strings, I know you got some shit in the works, man. I know you do. You stay working. Stay capitalizing and monopolizing on shit, man. That's what you do. Stringing shit together about it, huh? How about it? What's going on? You crazy, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Likewise. Right back at you, baby girl. Yeah, man, we might take a break in a minute, man. We just got y'all a couple of hours of that shit, man. Chef Streams, I want to jump it. Ghetto gospel. Ah, good looking out, man. Real live. All the way from Detroit, man. I appreciate that. Real shit. Real shit, man. Each one reach one, man. We gonna keep it going. We gonna stay pop locking on it. Yeah, man. Hopefully y'all, got some good news you can use. Like I say all the time, some knowledge you can't acquire in college one time, you know, been able to really apply it, man. Start taking the information, start consuming the information for real. Don't pick it up to put it right back down. Start picking it up to apply it. You're gonna see your life change. You're gonna see changes in your life that you didn't think can change. You know what I mean? That positive thought. Invoke that thought process. That positive thought process, man, it's gonna work out for you. You know, I came from the trenches too. Don't get it fucked up. From all the shit, man. Gang banging, dope slang to the gang, to all that. I was introduced to all that, you know, introduced to business too. I'd have been in the streets with killers and thieves and been in the business table with millionaires and billionaires. You know what I mean? So, man, definitely, definitely, man, definitely can change if you apply the information, man. Definitely. Say that. Say that. Knowledge from the original man is knowledge unspoken. Say that. Donald Painter. Yeah, say that. Real life. Hey, what's up, baby girl? How you doing? Cali? Cali girl. What's happening? Ain't nothing, man. We just modulating. We just kicking this shit around, you know what I mean? Trying to exchange knowledge, trying to get some, giving and receiving. That's all we doing right now is giving and receiving, kicking some good game of life around, you know. That's it, as we usually do. per usual. You know how it go. But yeah, I might take a little tidbit of a break in a second and jump back on here so we can we can oh man, that's a cold thing, man. We definitely gonna be speaking about that NWO. We definitely gonna have some topics, some speech on that. You know what I mean? That's a definite, man, because it's a whole design, man. We spoke on design earlier, man, and the design of that shit is a cold game, man. So definitely, you know what I'm saying? You out of there, pretty ass, pretty ass game. You always got something going. That's too funny. Sit your pretty self down a little bit for a little bit. You ain't ready to drive. But yeah, man, we gonna kick this shit. I'm gonna get an intermission, man. We probably gonna bring somebody else on and see how this shit gonna go. See if we can kick some more shit around for y'all before y'all lay it down and rest for the night. You know what I'm saying? Set some good shit on your mind so you can sleep on it. You know, and wake up rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Revamp your life. You know. All right. All right, in a minute, man. Y'all be smooth, man. Thanks for tuning in. I greatly appreciate y'all. Stay doing it.